Hello, so today our learning objective is to create tints and shades using tempera paint. So we're going to use the squeeze bottle temperas. You're going to need white, black, and one color other than white and black. So any color that you want plus white and black. You're going to need a mixing tray. You'll need a sponge on a plate, little plate, so that you can dry your paintbrush off, and a water basin. So we're going to start with the tints. Tints are when you mix white with a color. So what you're going to do is you're going to squirt out just a little bit of your color, just a small amount. So notice that I did not fill this oval full of paint, just a small amount. And then you're going to add white in another space. And I added a little bit more white in the other space. And you're going to then mix a tint. So you're going to add a little bit of this white to the purple or whatever color you choose, and you're going to mix that around. The reason you don't want that color to be filling this oval or this circle, this divot, when you add white to it, it's going to add more paint to that space. So if you'd already filled it full of your color, then it would be splashing around and splashing around the edges of it. So when you add a little bit of white to your color, it lightens up your color just a little bit. Now you can make more than one tint, so you can add more white to your color. I don't need to rinse my paintbrush off because I'm using white and purple together and mixing them, so this white does not have to stay clean. So I'm going to add a little bit more white to this color that I had just painted on my white paper. Mix it around. And I can make another tint, a lighter tint. Okay? And then I can make another tint by adding more white to this color. And more white. And the remainder of the white. So that's how you make a variety of tints with tempera. So now I need to rinse my paintbrush off because I don't want to use this paintbrush when I make my shades. I need a nice clean paintbrush when I'm making shades, because with shades you're going to add black to your color. So if you leave this white and purple on your paintbrush when you make your shade, it's going to mix white and black together, and white and black mixed together make gray, and so your color will look grayish, and we don't want that. So I'm rinsing my paintbrush off real good, running it across the teeth on the bottom of the water basin, and now I'm going to dry my paintbrush off by pulling it across the dry part of the sponge to try and dry it off as much as possible. So now I'm going to make shades. So the same thing. You're going to squirt out some black, and you don't need as much black as you do white, and just a little bit of purple or whatever color that you're choosing to use. And then I'm going to make some shades just the way I did with my white. I'm going to add a little bit of black to make my first shade, which will make the color darker. Then I'm going to add a little bit more black, mix that around, make my color even darker, more black, and finally the remainder of the black to create the darkest. So that's how you're going to create tints and shades.